back to another video. And today we are going to be unboxing this figure I just got in the mail. And once I open it, I will reveal what we are actually unboxing. I'll cut this open. Oh no. And it is the Dino Tracker's Elasmosaurus. Let's get started with the review. But anyways, let's jump into the review. First, let's take a look at actually the box, which it has Shores biome, nice oceany background, Elasmosaurus, Dino Tracker logo. That shows off the action features on the back and also the best of behavior on the back. But anyways, I'm very excited to get this out of the box. Let's just do that real fast. Here is the Elasmosaurus. And here is the tracker gear. Let's get a closer look. First, let's start with the actual Elasmosaurus. It has an absolutely beautiful head sculpt. Some nice interlocking teeth. Pretty good tongue sculpt. No pain on the upper jaw, but still nicely textured. Then we have nice fine detailing on the neck. Skin folds. Pretty basic on the other side, but you do see some other skin folds right under the head. Then we'll just go down. Gets a nice knobbly texture and more finer skin detailing. And some skin folds. Get a nice tail fin down here, and also some nice pebbly texturing on the fins, and a pretty smooth stomach. Also, the paint job on this figure is pretty nice. The tan could go down a little bit further, but besides that, they painted pretty much the whole thing. They have nice darker shades of bluish green going down the neck, and a little bit of white and this bluish green color again at the end of the tail. And then it has a nicely painted orange eye. And now let's move on to articulation, which we have a swiveling head that only swivels to a certain degree, but does swivel. And then the fins are on a ball joint, so you can articulate those. And then also the tail swivels, I think. Or maybe it does not swivel. Actually, I do not think the tail swivels. But we can put our figure up like this. I would put it up like this, but I don't think it fits in the camera really that well. And yeah, let's move on to the actual action feature, which the first one is a button on this side where you can press it and the neck strikes downwards. And then there's a button on this side which makes it strike to the side. And I'm curious, if you press them both, will it be like the Pentaceratops will go where it'll do both? Where it strikes to the side and down, which is really nice. But anyways, this is a 10 out of 10 figure. Let's move on to the size comparisons, I suppose. So in length, this figure measures about 14 inches, so just over a foot. And in this position, height about 5 inches at the top of the head. But at the shoulder, reaches about 3. About 3. Now let's actually compare it to a couple other figures. One thing I did forget to actually show off is, well, the capture gear, which I might as well show that off real fast. See how this goes on. Okay, so we're going to have to try to put this on real fast, which has a little buckle down here. Capture gear is nice. It's not the best thing. Honestly, if it's capture gear, be nice, but the tracking gear is okay. And yeah, you're just going to want to try to buckle it under the stomach, I believe. I think this is how it goes on. Yeah, this is how it goes on, I guess. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm probably going to take it off for the rest of the review. But yeah, there was that. I'll just put that aside. Anyways, let's actually compare it to some other figures now. But anyways, first let's compare it to one of the other new Dino Tracker figures, the Dacosaurus. Which, the Dacosaurus is about the size of the Elasmosaurus minus the neck. Next, let's compare it to the Coronasaurus, the other larger Dino Tracker's marine reptile, which actually is pretty big. Very nice. Next, let's compare to probably the first of the new I'm gonna just call the new age of marine reptiles Mattel has been making, the Pleurodon, which towers over it. Also, like the Pleurodon, has pretty large flippers. And let's also compare it to another plesiosaurid. Well, that's an elasmosaurus, but here's Plesiosaurus, which honestly is dwarfed by this thing. And last but not least, we cannot forget absolutely enormous Mosasaurus, which, like pretty much every other marine reptile Mattel has released, can fit in this thing's mouth easily. But anyways, the Mosasaurus is definitely the largest marine reptile Mattel has released. But the elasmosaurus is the actual second largest. Honestly, the only thing else that I could see would be larger, maybe like a Tylosaurus, but they're not making that, unfortunately. If they do make it, Jurassic Park the game styled. But anyways, this is about the elasmosaurus, so let's get this out here. So for my final thoughts on the figure, great. I don't think I'd be in the wrong for saying this. This is probably one of the best figures Mattel has released. Most people do agree. And yeah, Mattel, keep on making more marine reptiles. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Scan code for anyone who needs it.